Have you ever had a strong month? You land a big contract, you see the big deposit, and for the moment, you think you've finally turned the corner, only to realize by the 30th that you're desperately chasing the next check, struggling to keep the lights on. I've spent 20 years combined in auditing, consulting, and studying the internal infrastructure of a business. And I've realized something shocking. Most businesses don't shut down because they lack customers. Most households don't go bankrupt because the breadwinner is lazy. The struggle is mostly because they do not understand the ecosystem that holds the weight of their success. Today, you're going to learn about that ecosystem so you can stop reacting to circumstances and start governing your enterprise. At the end, I'm going to share a master pro tip for managing all of this without taking on a 7 figures overhead. Hello everyone, Bertrand Maimo here. Welcome to my channel where we talk about faith, stewardship, business, and relationships. If you are a head of household who also owns a business, leads a business, today you want to sit down for this one. You see, most people think that businesses work like this. I sell something, I make money, I go home with profit. And that's not a business. That's a very, very expensive fantasy. The SBA says the number one reason businesses fail is poor management. Let me translate that. The business ran out of money. But why? Why does a company clearing 6 or 7 figures a month run out of cash? I had a client clearing multiple 6-figure contracts. You see, on paper, they were winning. But, at the end of the month, there was barely enough to make payroll and cover bills. And you ask yourself, why? Because the CEO thought the revenues was theirs to spend as they saw fit. They bought whatever they thought the business needed. But the significant expenses that they invested in didn't support a dime of revenue inflow. Here's a pro tip for you. Revenue has business responsibilities and household obligations before the remainder ever becomes yours. You see, every dollar your business makes is already assigned to one of 2 ecosystems, right? First, the business ecosystem. That's your payroll, taxes, marketing, your debt servicing, legal, utilities. And second, your household ecosystem. That's your mortgage, utilities, groceries, and children's activities. That's a big one. So if your revenues cannot carry the weight of both, stress is guaranteed. And that stress will eventually bleed into your marriage, your children, your faith, and your health. If those relationships matter to you, pay close attention to these 12 systems. The 12-step business ecosystem. Step number 1, a well-defined idea. If you're already in business, a well-refined idea. This is not just passion, it's proof. A real business idea has 3 things: proven demand, proven solution, proven delivery. Now here's the pro tip. If your idea cannot fund both ecosystems, keep your salaried income while it grows. A validated idea, that's one that transacts in a separate, underline the word separate, bank account. And that leads us to step number 2, banking. If your money isn't organized, your business will collapse. A bank account gives you access, but remember, it doesn't give you discipline. With respect to banking, here's a pro tip. Don't just look for a bank. Look for a banking partner. Does the bank connect to your accounting system seamlessly? Is there an app for mobility? Do they support lines of credit for future business growth? You see, most leaders ignore these details until they need them. Step number 3, accounting and tax. That's the dashboard. This is how you see your business. Your numbers are your scoreboard. That's your scorecard. If your numbers are wrong, you lose the game. Here's a pro tip. Your numbers help you allocate for needs, wants, and growth. Don't try to be your own CFO and the bookkeeper. Bring in professionals early. It's cheaper than fixing a tax or audit mess at year end. Step number 4, legal and compliance. That's protection. You see, contracts protect relationships and compliance keeps you in business. Most small business owners skip legal until they get burned. A handshake deal, it feels fine until it isn't. One lawsuit, one contract dispute, one compliance violation, and years, decades of work can be erased. Here's a pro tip. Don't gamble on contractual obligations. You have to get qualified experts. The cost of prevention is always less than the cost of recovery. Step number 5 is a big one, human resources. That's your culture. Don't build a business, build people. And the people you build the business. Here's a pro tip. Team energy is married to culture, and Monday mornings are a litmus test for your culture. If your team dreads the clock, your ecosystem is leaking energy, and that's one of the most expensive intangibles on your financial statements. Step 6, IT and AI infrastructure. This is your operational backbone. You don't need every tool out there. You need the right tools and someone who knows how to use them. Here's a pro tip. Stop chasing shiny tools just because they're trending. Find the ones that serve a specific revenue generating purpose and then master those. Infuse those into your business. Now, step 1 through step 6 were about the foundation, and step 7 through 12 are about fuel. This is where the growth happens. Step 7 is business development. This is not sales, it's business development. Relationship capital is more valuable than financial capital. Most people think business development is cold calling. It's actually about making deposits, consistent value that is given over time. Here's a pro tip. My most successful partnerships in business today started as value first conversations almost a decade ago. They were maintained over the years without ever forcing an ask. Step 8, marketing and advertising. If nobody knows you exist, you don't exist. Marketing is simply helping the right people find the solution they already need. Here's your pro tip. Your reputation is your most significant marketing asset. Protect it diligently. Step number 9, sales. Sales converts attention to revenue. Sales isn't pressure, it's education. When I pitch fractional CFO services, I don't rush to close. No. I show paths, make the best recommendations, and I let the potential client choose. Sometimes that choice is to find a cheaper solution. That's okay. Pro tip, when you educate, you become an advisor. When you apply pressure, you're seen as a vendor. Advisors are more valued, and for that, they win long-term bids. Remember that. Step number 10, community and service. Businesses that give grow. It's that simple. Businesses that pour back into their community attract loyalty. Look at Chick-fil-A. The founder, Truett Cathy, insisted on being closed on Sundays so his people could worship, rest, enjoy time with family. Even while closed 52 days out of the year, they are a top 3 fast food chain. Pro tip, invest in humanity. That causes humanity to invest in you. Step number 11, mentorship. This is perspective. You need perspective you don't have. You need someone who can see around corners you didn't even know existed. Here's a pro tip. Find someone who has the results you want, who understands the results you want. Study them, invest in access to them. That's exactly how you buy speed. And step number 12, that's the invisible receipt. Let's call it preparation. This is the category nobody plans for, but everyone pays for. The emergency equipment repair, the unexpected legal fee, the slow month that wasn't predicted. Here's a pro tip. Build reserves in the season of harvest so you can thrive in the season of famine. See, discipline is tested when things are going well, not when everything is falling apart. Now, here's a hard truth you have to embrace. If you don't enjoy managing these systems, business will feel like a prison, a cage, a desert. The goal is not to learn to survive the grind. The goal is to learn how to govern. And the secret is this business ecosystem could require 6 to 7 figures annually to manage. But when you understand how to source within the fractional space, you can build a world-class system, a very successful business without the massive overhead. My friends, if you want to be part of a community we're building, graduating from the grind to efficient business governance and household governance, click the link in the description, fill out the form, and we'll get in touch with you. If you found this valuable, subscribe, hit the bell, like this video. It helps us reach more builders like you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.